Hey everyone, hey Libra. We are going to talk about January 2026. We are still in the year of the snake. We have not entered the year of the horse yet. It's not that time. We got to wait until mid-February for that to happen. So we are still in the realm of the snake, whether we like it or not. We are here just to kind of like just really sit and review what the snake has taught us, the spirit, the snake spirit. Let's go ahead and jump into your reading, you guys, for the month of January 2026. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to add Venus to the mix. That is for your relationships, your wants, and your desires, okay? Your passions. Okay, so if you're here and you want to listen for your Venus sign, make sure you check your Venus sign and come back and see which video fits that zodiac sign, okay? I'm also giving life path number messages as well, so if you're more into your numerology and your life path number, check those readings out as well. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, you guys are last but not least for today, January 2026, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or Venus, should I say, ancestors. What's going on in the cosmos, in the skies of Libra, for those born under the constellation of Libra, for January 2026. You have the shaman. It says completion. You are ready for something, Libra. Something is done, or something needs to be done. Something needs to be completely cycled out. So something has come to a close, and you need to make sure that you are allowing that door to be shut. Now, either that door can shut in your face because you're still trying to stay in a realm that is dead, or that door can shut behind you because you have chosen to step into the other realm on the other side of that door, into a new chapter. Okay. So just because something has completed, or someone has completed something, does not mean that they necessarily are content with that completion. You have some people who see that something is done and they still try so hard to keep the cycle going. That is a deadly cycle. Okay. So whatever is complete, whatever your ancestors are saying is complete, whatever your God is telling you is complete, whatever your guardians or protectors are saying is done, just let it be done. Now, if there's a door that's shutting in your face because you've been knocking on it and you've been waiting for answers and it was shut in your face and you were rejected, guess what? That's done. Move on. Oops, move on. Okay. You're done with it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. That's interesting. This hasn't happened the entire time I've been given these readings. Anyway, bottom of the deck, you have stone people knowing. So y'all, that's very ancient wisdom there. You can feel it in your bones. You feel this deep down inside of you. You can feel it inside that something is done. You can feel that breath, like exhale of it's done. Okay. Now, some of you guys have experienced the death of a family member or the death of a friend. You have experienced someone very near and dear to you who have completed their life cycle in some way, shape, or like in some way. And there are those of you who knew that this was going to happen sooner than later. Okay. Others of you, if this is a passed on loved one of some kind, you kind of already know that it's kind of over for them for some reason. Okay. Either they're really, really sick or they're just really, really old. Okay. So that could be for some of you. Okay. Some of you guys may have the gift of being able to see or to feel when someone is passing away. Okay. But on a different note, you may have a feeling that a relationship is dying. Like it's done. It's just not working out. okay? You may feel that a cycle within a relationship is done, okay? So that doesn't necessarily mean that you're breaking up with somebody. If a cycle in a relationship is finished, you need to let it be finished. So if you and your partner have had codependent tendencies in a relationship, you can feel and you are being shown that that codependent pattern and cycle needs to end, and it's already ending. The tower moments are happening, the death cycle is happening for that codependent behavior, and it's going to feel uncomfortable. But once you stop that cycle of codependency in your relationships, whether it's family, friendships, or romantic partnerships, your relationship will be able to move forward, okay, and to grow and thrive and feel less stressful, okay? So it really depends on what is ending. Either it's a person's life that's ending, and you can feel it. Maybe it is your job that is ending and you can feel it. Maybe it's, I don't know, a court case that is finally coming to a verdict. Anything that is completing a cycle that has ended a cycle. And you just need to say goodbye and say hello to something different. You can already feel that happening. I don't see that this is a surprise. Okay. I don't see this as a surprise at all. Now, also with completion, Libra, for you guys we all have kind of ended a 9-year cycle. Okay. So you are not the same person that you were when this 9-year cycle happened, like a decade ago. You're a completely different person. Look back on all of that and review what you've learned. Okay, so everything that I've said, take it as a grain of salt, or you can take notes, whatever you want to do. But that's what I'm getting from that card so far. So let's go ahead and tap into your money sector for the month of January 2026 for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs, ancestors of light, messengers of light for January 2026. Sorry, you guys. Just want to make sure that I'm making the right enough time because I do have a meeting scheduled after this, so gotta keep an eye on the time. Crystals. Crystals. So it says your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So some of you guys may really like precious gems or crystals. Maybe you wear a lot of jewelry, or maybe there's a necklace that you wear all the time that has a certain gem at the end of it. And these are like real gems and crystals. It's not just any, like, it's not fake ones. It's like these are real. Okay, so some of you guys may need to invest in getting a really precious gemstone and actually spend the money to get a stone that you can keep at your desk or keep, you know, wherever it is that you create artwork or wherever you write, wherever you answer emails. Maybe you need to get a ring with a certain gemstone on it. Maybe earrings that you wear, what have you. You know, there's something with crystals or a crystal that you can really connect with, because crystals are not just something that you just buy and you just, you know, can take their energy. You actually have to take care of that gemstone. You have to take care of that crystal. And you actually have to introduce yourself to that crystal and allow that crystal to introduce itself to you, because crystals are living. That's living energy, because they grow underground since the beginning of time. So for those of you who are interested in crystals, I recommend in the month of January that you look into like some precious gemstones and crystals. Like if you want to buy yourself a ring or a bracelet or a necklace, make sure that the gem that you're getting it from a place where it's ethically sourced, or get it from a place where they're actually they're using real crystals and it's not a scam. Okay, because there's a lot of scammers out there who are claiming to sell real crystals and they're not real. Okay, I've come across that. But anyway, that's just kind of specific for some of you. So when it comes to your money, if do your research and really understand like what crystal you can learn from, because I don't really believe in using a crystal to get money. I believe that you need to understand the crystal that you're working with and understand it, understand what kind of gifts it is willing to give you on an energetic level. And it also depends on how well you take care of that crystal and where you keep it. You know, are you just tossing it in places and just, you know, you're not cleaning it? Do you know how to clean it? Like, when it comes to your money, understand the crystal that you are working with, understand the crystal and its energy. Okay. Do your research when it comes to your money. Some of you guys may actually end up getting into working at a crystal shop. I don't know, working with crystals in some way, shape, or form, working at a jewelry store, studying crystals. Like, that's very specific, Libra. But others of you, when it comes to activating your money energy, understand, maybe kind of get into crystals and wearing like something that is like precious, that you can keep on you on a day-by-day basis, right? Bottom of the deck, we have sensitivity. So there are those of you financially, you guys can feel the energy of money. Like, you can feel when it's close. You can feel when the opportunity presenting, like about to be presented to you. You may even have dreams about financial opportunities. I remember, I don't really have Libra in my chart like that. We all have all the signs in our chart, but I remember I actually had a dream that a job interview that I had, I was not going to get the job, because I had a dream of both like two supervisors having a conversation about me and somebody else that they were actually going to hire. And they decided to go with the other person. And that's when I knew I'm not going to get the job. And guess what? I checked in with them days later after the interview, maybe a couple days later, and they said, no, we went with somebody else. That's very, so some of you guys, Libra, have that gift where you guys have dreams of somebody giving you an opportunity, and the opportunity actually presents itself to you or is presented to you in your waking life. Okay. Some of you guys, maybe there's a gemstone that you can put next to your bedside. Okay. Next to you on your bed, or, you know, on a table, you know, next to your bed. And maybe that gemstone, you know, depending on how much energy you are giving it, and how much you know that stone and how much you work with it, it's actually going to communicate with you in your dreams as well. Just be careful of your heart. Be careful of your spiritual sensitivity. Okay, maybe you need to tap into a crystal that can protect your spirit and protect you financially. Could be something that you can tap into, okay, when it comes to your money. So be sensitive to what your ancestors or what your spirit is telling you, okay? All right, next up, we have two more oracle messages, and then we're going to pull some tarot, you guys. Let's pull two more oracle messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January 2026. Whoop. Okay, wow. Okay, so those wanted to fall out. Interesting. Don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So there are those of you, if you believe in past lives, your past life, you need to learn from that. Your past life has a lot to do with, you know, how you are processing your past in that lifetime, and it's bleeding into this life if you believe in that type of thing. But others of you, your South Node, I believe, has a lot to do with PTSD and how you actually process your past, how you heal from your past, how often or how long you hold a grudge, or how long you have regrets. You know, it really says a lot about, you know, so check your South Node. It'll probably say a lot about how you process, you know, past occurrences and past traumas and past pains, okay? And how you move forward in life from your past. And also check your North Node too, because that'll also tell you what you need to heal moving forward into the future, okay? But the cards that wanted to show itself to me for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, you have the energy is gaining momentum and expect powerful change. Libra, this is going to be a very beautiful month for you. Yes, we are still in the year of the snake. We're still on the last bit of the year of the snake for this month and a little bit of next month in February. But you guys really, even though you may have a bit of an inkling that there is some changes happening and you're just like, this feels big, there's still a part of you that still has no idea. Like, you still haven't even scraped the surface of the blessings that are on its way to you. Now remember, these blessings getting to you will be determined as to whether you allow a cycle to end. So if you're still holding on to someone or something because you don't want to let them go and you feel that there's nothing better out there for you, you're not really going to be, you're going to delay this. You're going to delay this, okay? But once we enter the year of the horse, things are going to start rapidly unfolding. You're going to get dragged, Libra, if you're not careful. We will get dragged. The people who are not ready to ride the horse or to run with the horse will be dragged by the horse. And that hurts for anybody who has ever ridden a horse before and has gotten dragged or has fallen off of a horse because it was going too fast and you couldn't keep up with it. Not fun, very scary, and also can be very painful. Okay? So be careful of holding on a little bit too tight to something that needs to be left behind. You should be holding on tightly to what's in front of you into the future. You should be holding on to, ready to hold on to that saddle, hold on to that horse. Okay? For the next lunar year coming up. Okay? Those are the preparations that you should be making for yourself. Bottom of the deck, it says the answers you need are coming. A lot of you have been getting this, okay? Whether at the bottom of the deck or from cards that have come out from the top. But you guys, you have no idea how powerful this is. If you guys are kind of stuck in a rut mentally or emotionally, please just even if it feels, just humor me. Just try it. If there's a relationship that you know, is not working out, but you're still holding on because you're like, oh, but I still care about them, or, you know, I'm not going to find, just try it. Just go out and talk to somebody. Go and flirt. You know what I mean? Just go talk to somebody. If there's a relationship that you know is not working, just, you know, and then if you realize, you know what, dating is not so bad. Maybe I need to go find somebody else, you know, and then you end up finally breaking up with your partner that's been making you unhappy, and you go find somebody else, y'all. Maybe you've been having a hard time, Libra, with making new friends. You're like, oh, I already got my friends. I don't need any more. Try it. Try it. Just go talk. Just go say hi. You know, like, go talk to some people about what they like and what they don't like, what they're into. And you may even see, like, you know, actually, I could see this person being my best friend. You know, you never know. You never know. There may be some things like oh, I'm not into that. I'm not into art, or I'm not into, you know, science, or I'm not into teaching. I'm not into whatever. Try it. You never know what you can be into if you don't give it a try, if you don't give it a chance. Don't knock it till you try it. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting for you, Libra. Like, when something is over, like a cycle in your life is over, don't knock it until you try it, because clearly your ancestors or God has they already can see, no, Libra's going to like this, because they know you. Libra's going to like this. But Libra actually has to decide, like, I actually want to try this. So it's really going to be dependent, and you know, it's really going to be dependent on you, Libra. And if there's a situation that is like ending in a way that you don't like, maybe there's a situation that is completing and you're not really getting everything that you want out of it, so be it, move on. You have a whole life ahead of you. There's a big world out there. And I say this, Libra, because I used to be that person. Okay, I used to be that person where it was like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. I already know what I like. I already know. What years and years later, I finally got to that point where it's just like, you know what? That's not so bad. Why not? Why not try it? You know? Why not change my career? Why not go take that class? You know? It seems stupid back then, but now it actually seems pretty cool now. You know? Just saying. You know, maybe there's some books. Maybe somebody's been telling you, hey, watch that movie or go read that book, and you're just like, no, I'm not into that. It can be as small as that. Maybe just be open to the little things that people are suggesting to you. You know, maybe somebody is suggesting, like, hey, come out to dinner with me and the girlfriends, or come out to dinner with the family, whatever. And you're just like, no, I'm good. Maybe you've just been kind of like, no, I'm good, no, I'm good, no, I'm good. Okay. But God or the universe or your guardians and protectors are like, no, you should try it. Okay. That's just what I'm getting for y'all energetically. Take it or leave it. Okay. Take it or leave it. Okay, let's see. One more oracle message, you guys. Do not go forcing anybody to give you information. The information that you need will be granted to you. That is all you need to know, Libra. Some of you guys are expecting an answer to be bad, and that's why you are trying to force some. You're hoping that, oh, I really need to go get that answer. You may be calling people, emailing people, you know, texting. Some of you guys, Libra, you just need to stop trying to force answers. Because if you're thinking, oh, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be a no, but I want to know now. You probably already have in your mind like it's gonna go bad. That can be the flip side of it. Maybe you already think that something is gonna be bad, so you're trying to force the answer. You know, you're trying to rip the band-aid off, so to speak. But you may not realize that it's not as bad as you think. It may be better than you think. Okay. Don't go forcing answers. Just chill out, sit still, let the answers come to you. It's okay. Just calm down. Take a few deep breaths. Go take yourself out. For some of you guys, if you're sitting alone a lot of the time, just ruminating on a lot of things that, you know, just didn't go right in your life, and you have PTSD and you're so afraid that it's going to happen again. No, be still. Be still and be at peace. Go do something nice for yourself if you're able to, financially. Okay. You have the wise one. There's a lot that you've learned. There's the owl. I see that for Libra a lot of the time. And it says grow within your current situation. Libra, there's nothing more that you need to do right now. If you're kind of putting yourself in fight or flight mode because you're scared that you're gonna have a huge loss, you may not realize that this is a blessing in disguise. This is going to be so much better for you. There's a silver lining. Bottom of the deck, you have mountains. Stand your ground. Don't give up, Libra. Don't give up. I was about to say Leo, so some of you guys may have Leo in your chart, but you may have some energies that are telling you give up. Get out of there. Hurry up and get out of there. But it seems that your guardians and protectors, and you know what my ancestors are telling me to tell you, is that the situation that you have chosen or have found yourself in right now, Libra, stand your ground. Don't just get up and leave. Don't allow anybody to smoke you out of a situation. You stand your ground and be like, listen, we're going to see this through to the end. We're going to get the answers that we need, whether it's a yes or a no. Once we get those answers, then we can make our moves. Now, if there is someone who wants to bail and abandon ship before the situation unfolds, that's on them. If there are people who want to leave you and abandon you, like, so be it. You stand your ground within the situation. You're going to be blessed in the long run. So whatever has happened in your past, whatever pains you've gone through, learn from them, okay? But deep down inside, you know that a cycle is ended. It is done. There's something inside of you that is done. You're not the same person that you were a year ago or even 10 years ago. You know way more now than you did back then. Okay, now you can move forward with more confidence, with more maturity. Okay. You may have an ancestor who is actually here to help you through all of this. Okay. You know, they may show themselves in the form of a certain animal. Okay, this can also be some type of deity. They may use animals to get your attention or to show you that you're not alone, you know, and that things are getting better. Okay, let's pull some tarot last but not least. For the conclusion of your reading, we will clarify these cards. So we're going to pull 3 cards for you guys, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January 2026. So even though you guys may be able to feel that something is ending or you need to plan your exit, January is not the time right now to exit. This is just the time to plan your exit and just stand your ground in this situation. And you just might get a message from somebody that says, you know, I don't want to be your friend anymore, or I don't want to be with you anymore, I don't want to date you anymore, or we're getting a divorce, or, you know, whatever. You may get a message that says that, you know, we're letting you go from this job. I don't know. But guess what? That's a blessing in disguise. But others of you, the answer that you get may be way better than what you anticipate. Okay? Let's see. King of Pentacles. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. That's about your success, your money, your health overall. Ace of Swords. Clarity. There's those answers being given to you. That's not you chasing the answers. That's the answers being given to you. Two of Swords. So you kind of feel like you're kind of at a crossroads right now, and you're just like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I say something? Do I force this information out, or do I just sit and I just wait? Just understand that whatever decisions you have made up until this time, Libra, you got to make peace with it. You don't need to do anything about past experiences and past decisions. You made those decisions and you just got to sit with it. That's it. You just got to move on and live with it, right? But others of you, right now, if you feel like you're at a stalemate, or you feel like you're kind of stuck with a decision and you're not sure what to do, before you make a decision out of emotions, make a decision based on the objective, on the goals that you have for yourself, based on your healing. If you're pretending that there is nothing there, nothing is wrong, and nothing needs to be changed, that's the problem. You first have to get to the point, Libra, and other people involved, where it's like, okay, there is a serious problem, or there's a problem here that we need to solve. Are we solving the problem, or are we just causing a loop, a cycle, and a toxic cycle, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. This has a lot to do with love. It has a lot to do with the home. It has a lot to do with wanting to connect and reconcile. This is about the home and your family. This can be your significant other, your husband, your wife, a domestic partnership, you know, someone you have kids with, or this could be with your kids. There is a project that has finally reached its end goal, its completion. This can also be a court case, you know, surrounding the home, or surrounding relationships or money. Okay? But either way, it's completed. You've come full circle now. Everything that you need to know is going to be known. So there's no need to force anything. Okay, let's clarify the King of Pentacles, Libra. Okay, let's see what the King of Pentacles is talking about. So this is an earth sign, or this is just someone who is professional. This can be a business partner, a boss, a coworker. This can be anybody in your life, really. Anybody who is more practical, or anybody that has to do with your practicality in your life. It could be a significant other. It could be a parent. It could be just somebody that you live with. It could be a roommate who's contributing financially to your household. This can also just be an opportunity that's offered to you, that you may feel like, oh, do I accept this? Is this, am I good enough for this? Yes, take it. Four of Pentacles. Okay, you're being too cautious. You're being a little bit too cautious with your money, or you're being too frivolous with your money. You're spending too much, or you're not spending enough on something. We have the Hierophant here. So yes, this has something to do with the law. This has something to do with tradition. It has something to do, it could be marriage, it could be your parents, it could be family values, family traditions, could be very traditional methods, you know, something that is very conventional. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So some of you guys are afraid to make a decision because of family values, or tradition, or cultural traditions, okay, or spiritual traditions. So if you're of a certain spiritual walk or a certain religion, there may be some things that you want, but you're afraid to do it because you feel like it's against God, or it's against the church, or it's against your family values, or it's against whatever type of values you've set up for yourself. Bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands again. So this definitely has something to do with a court case, with the home. This has something to do with family values. It has something to do with a marriage. So there could be someone who wants to marry you, or someone that you want to marry, and things have finally come full circle and you are ready to marry this person. But there's like this fear. You're like expecting the worst. within a situation with them, or a situation that has nothing to do with them, but it's still affecting your relationship with them. Now, again, if this is the law getting involved, or it's like a court case, you're expecting the worst. You're losing sleep over this. Like, this is stress. Whatever this is, it has stressed you out. But just understand that you are being cared for. You are being protected. Do not act based on the worst possible outcome that you have in your mind. Okay, Libra? Let's clarify the Ace of Swords, the answer. This is like clarity. This is an answer. This is someone giving you information. This is God or your ancestors, your spiritual team giving you answers and information about something that you really need to know. Ace of Swords, ancestors for Libra. Okay, you have the Fool. You have the Page of Swords. Yep, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Somebody's giving you answers. It may come through a female of some kind. It may come from someone who recognizes your energy and how warm and sensible you are. The more sensible and warm you are throughout this situation, when you don't fly off the handle just because somebody else is, if you remain calm, cool, and collected and warm and still giving and generous in your energy, Libra, people in the situation or someone within this situation is going to be more giving and wanting to actually give you the answer that you want to hear, that you need to hear, because they see that you're actually the more sensible one. But if you're kind of acting out of sorts because of the stress that you're under, unfortunately, people are going to tend to look at you like you're the one that is a little bit like out of sorts and irresponsible. So just make sure you just kind of keep that demeanor of like just being thoughtful, being aware, being sensible, okay? Being thoughtful of others around you and everybody else involved, still being empathetic to people's needs, okay? There's no need to fly off the handle, okay? Because people are watching you, Libra. I want you to remember that people are watching you, and they're watching to see what makes Libra bend, what makes them break, what triggers them. And there are some people who really want that. They want to see you break because they're going to use that to their advantage. Please be careful with that, okay? And then we have the Page of Swords. So yes, someone could be, like I said, someone could be spying on you. Someone could really be looking at you on social media and just trying to see like, oh, let me find something on Libra real quick so that we can use that in court, okay? Be careful. Just be carefree with the Dreamer, with the Fool. Be carefree. Just be like, yeah, it's fine. You know, like whatever we need to do, that's just what we need to do. You know, there's no need to be nasty just because somebody else is being nasty, right? We have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You have a lot of options here. Yes, this decision that needs to be made right now is a very complex decision, okay? Maybe a judge needs to make a decision, or you're a part of a group of people that needs to make a decision. It's not an easy decision to be made, whether it's you or somebody else making the decision, but you got to keep your cool throughout it all, y'all. Keep your cool. It doesn't matter if it's a court decision, doesn't matter if it's a family decision, it doesn't matter if it's between friends or with your significant other or an ex-partner. If it's like baby mama, baby daddy drama, or if it's like a divorce situation, whatever. Keep your cool. I know that might not be easy, okay? But you guys, you know, you guys are very social people. You guys are very social creatures. I feel like you guys would be able to, you know, just be chill, okay? But depends on how serious or how frustrating this situation is for you guys in January. Let's clarify the Two of Swords last but not least, okay? Two of Swords for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For January 2026. Let's see, y'all. The Lovers, okay, yep, this has something to do with a decision in love, a decision about a relationship, just a decision that maybe a decision that has nothing to do with a relationship, but the decision that you need to make is kind of affecting the relationship that you're in with somebody. Nine of Pentacles. So some of you guys maybe just need your alone time, or maybe after this decision is made, you may decide to just be single for a while, or you may decide to just open up your own business if this has something to do with the job. Maybe somebody at work, maybe there's a decision that is being made and you're just like, you know what? Let me just go open up my own business. This is going to be better for me. Others of you, there may be a decision that's actually made for you in January that pushes you financially to be able to live the life that you want to live, that pushes you towards improving your independence financially. I see that too. Then we have the Temperance card of balance, sobriety, being balanced in all things. Okay, not flying off the handle, not being excessive in your tone, not being excessive in how you know your how you speak to people, not being out of sorts, you know, not acting out of pocket. I just see, but I also see this, you know, as kind of you being the moderator of a situation and just not being biased or not choosing sides in a situation, right? Because there are some people I feel, or someone who's expecting you to be like crazy about how this unfolds. They're expecting you to be more like crazy as they are. So if there's someone who's kind of acting like they're more calm, cool, and collected than you, they're watching you because they're not calm, cool, and collected. They're just really trying to put on a facade to see you crack. Okay? But I also see that there is a situation about a reconciliation with somebody that you're not sure about. You're not sure if this reconciliation is worth your time. And it could be with a fire sign for some of you. Could be with somebody who you see is very attractive, or, you know, or maybe whoever you're dealing with in this court case or within this feud or family feud or whatever it is, whoever you are, if there's an argument of some kind or a disagreement, Libra, you are dealing with somebody who is very, very ambitious when it comes to this situation, and they will do anything at all costs to make sure that they get what they want out of it. They don't care who they step on. So just this is somebody who doesn't really have any control over their like words and how they talk and what they do. Okay, this can be somebody who's very immature. But others of you, there is someone here that you may have broken up with, or maybe you're single right now, or I don't know, while you're practicing your independence right now and you're focused more on yourself, there is someone here who really wants to get back with you, or they want to be your friend again. They really want to talk to you again. They want to be a part of your life. But I just get the sense that you're not really sure what to do with that. The only way that you can really make the right decision is again, let this person come to you. You don't go to them. You let them tell you everything that they need to tell you. Make sure it's, you know, and they have to be truthful. But if there were any problems that you had with them in the past, if this is a reconciliation, you need to make sure that you're voicing those problems and saying, hey, there were some problems. Sorry to hurt your feelings, but like there are some problems that I had, and I really need that never to happen again in order for us to really work things out. Like you really need to get that together, right? And I think you can say that in a respectful way, but if their feelings are hurt, and then that already tells you enough about that person. Okay, much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye guys.